Welcome everyone to the Flippin' Finance Show, episode 1. My name is Mario Cabral. I am a licensed financial advisor. I'm with my co-host.
Hey, I'm Daquan Carr. I'm a certified investing real estate financer. And I would like to introduce everyone to the podcast. This is episode 1, where we're pretty much going to break down the everything about the poverty mindset.
So basically the point of the podcast is to just empower our community, empower each other, to be better than what we are right now in terms of financially and just build generational wealth and, just expand our mindset on that. I know how we grew up. We didn't really have that mindset. We had that same, poor cycle, that just endless cycle of really just being nothing.
Like
that sounded kind of harsh.
Day-to-day life, yeah.
That kind of sounded kind of harsh, but it's really just facts.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, how was it for you growing up in your household? What was the mindset like in terms of finances and investing, and if there was even that type of mindset?
Yeah. So we didn't really have any type of, I wouldn't say any, but it's just little to none. We didn't really talk about like finances and stuff like that, obviously. We mainly just kept it to hey, you go to school, get a good job, retire, and that's pretty much it. Like, the main purpose, go to school, get a good job. That's where I think every parent is almost like that. Is like, go to school, get a good job, retire later on, so that way you don't have to work until you're 100. You only have to work obviously now until you're 60 or 40 or 50 somewhere, and let your whole pretty much your youth disappear just because go to school, that's 4 years minimum or 2, whatever, and then work 20, 30 years, and that's pretty much it. There was nothing like, hey, invest into this, own land, stuff like that. It was really nothing that helped.
Yeah, and I grew up the same way. My parents, they really had that mindset of just getting by and just living paycheck to paycheck, doing what they can to, like I said, just get by. They were very comfortable. Not for nothing, I do give them some slack because they were immigrants coming from another country, coming from the Dominican Republic, not knowing a lick of English, and trying to, obviously give a better life for me and my siblings. Yeah. So I definitely do cut them some slack for that. But just overall, we just had that mindset throughout the household of just being safe, secure, going to school to get a good job, so you could climb that corporate ladder and then retire, collect Social Security. Yeah. That's kind of the blueprint for the average household. Yeah. And with that blueprint, I realized that you're not really gonna, I make as much money as you think you can make. Mm-hmm. That's just the mindset that is common right now, that we're really trying to educate to expand and break from that mindset. I mean, I grew up kind of, I want to say I grew up in that, a real poor environment. My parents really did as much as they could to provide, to provide the lifestyle that, I was living. We had food on the table. Yeah. Our mortgages was paid. Well, they bought the house, so there was no mortgage, but every bills were paid on time. I had, clothes on my back. I got the latest video games, the latest consoles, so I'm not complaining at all.
Yeah, definitely not complaining. Yeah, just saying the opportunities wasn't pretty much how it is, like silver spoon type stuff. They our parents, I believe, both worked for everything they had to provide us with all the amenities and all the, obviously there is fun stuff. Not saying we were homeless or anything like that, mm-hmm. But we were still almost on that 9 to 5 mindset, not like the silver spoon mindset.
Yeah, and when it comes to investing, my family, all they really knew about was just owning real estate, mm-hmm. and owning land. When it comes to investing, that's really was their bread and butter. So I'll give them that. When it comes to investing, they at least did invest into something, which is land and real estate. But anything outside of that, they was very foreign to them. Mm-hmm. My parents didn't know anything about a good retirement plan. 401k, what's the value of that? Roth IRA. They ain't know anything about mutual funds, stocks, ETFs. Yeah. They just really was just heavily focused on real estate. Okay. So.
Yeah. So So with that mindset, people believe that there's the time like maybe I do it today, maybe I do it tomorrow, like that. What's that commercial with the guy? You're sitting on the couch not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just break down like what is your opinion on like time when it comes to like the mindset of everything?
Yeah, like you mentioned, like people, they value the current moment today more valuable than tomorrow or 10 years from now. Like, for example, like if people rather have $1 million today than $10 million in 10 years.
Yeah, definitely.
Like they like today is just so much valuable than tomorrow, and that's just with that mindset we're never you know able to work on the things for the future that help us, put us in a good situation in the future. So
Yeah. So I feel pretty much the same way. Like people think like it's not benefiting me today. So maybe it's not. I don't really want to focus on that. Let me focus on something that's gonna benefit me now, and that's pretty much, hey, let me go to work right now because I know every 2 weeks or every week, every Friday or whatever, I'm gonna get paid X, Y, and Z, and I can use that to pay my bills and then live my lifestyle from there. So they're not like, should I really cut my paycheck, like $100 to put into like my 401k? Like I'm not gonna touch my 401k obviously until the end of my time. So why would I not just put that 100 in my pocket and right now, and I could go buy some shoes or go buy something that's not gonna really benefit you.
it's like if they don't see the results, like if they can't really see the results, they can't see like the money is just non-existent.
Obviously, I was pretty much like that, in the beginning, or pretty much all up to, about like 3 years ago. I was just like, new Jordans, yeah, let me go cop that. I got a couple bucks in the bank account. Let me go buy the new Jordans. Or new system came out. Yeah, I definitely need that. Right, first day. Let me get that ASAP. But now obviously I switched my mindset. I'm like, I need that 401k. I need that life insurance, stuff like that. I need to play the long game pretty much.
Absolutely. So yeah, there's many different characteristics when it comes to someone with that poor mindset or mentality, whatever you want to say it. Like another one, for example, is just we're too comfortable.
Yeah.
We just want to get by. We just want to have enough money where we could pay our bills on time, and maybe just have some money for vacations here and there. But really, we don't expand deeper than that. We don't expand further than that. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely. People like, all right, so obviously I believe like people are pushing themselves, but only to a certain extent. They like, all right, I'm currently working at this place. I got the capabilities to get here. So they're gonna push themselves to get to a certain point or make a certain much of money, and then they're gonna stop. They're like, okay, I got enough money to pay my bills, and I got a couple extra dollars that now I could buy a nicer car. I can afford that payment now, and they just get comfortable. Like, well, I'm here. There's nothing. I don't really want to try that hard. I got the X, Y, and Z amount of dollars that I currently need. So I was like, I'm fine where I'm at, and they just get complacent. Like, okay, that's good enough for me.
Complacent, yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Complacent. We're just very complacent.
Yeah.
As well as like I feel like we don't have like vision and like just ambition. Like me personally, I have a vision board in my room that I look at every morning. It has a nice Escalade there because that was always my dream car. But I also have my mansion on there. I have like all the little goals, everybody on there too that I want to give back to. Just to remind myself on why I'm going so hard right now.
Yeah.
So I just feel like we don't have enough vision, and we just let life happen to us instead of creating life. Like
Definitely.
we don't try to create our own life. We just kind of go through life, randomly.
Yeah, just
We
like
left-
whatever comes, and
Exactly.
you just go on with your day. Like, all right, oh, you got promotion? Well, all right, now that means I got a couple more money. That means I could go add a new build or something. I could get something better. And I'm like, but if not, they just living their life like a hamster on a wheel. Just it's spinning, but the hamster not going nowhere.
Yeah. So the same thing that you said about the promotion. For example, the promotion just happening to them. Like
Yep.
instead of them planning it in their head and saying, okay, I'm gonna do this X, Y, and Z so I could get that promotion.
Yep.
Like
No.
most people aren't
Yeah.
thinking that way.
Yeah,
People are
definitely.
just letting life, come to them. And also, we just don't take enough risk.
Yeah, that's one of the big ones. Yep.
That is a huge one because I know that in order to get that reward, you have to assume a certain level of risk. Like that's just how life works. That's for anything. Investing. If you want, for example, if you want $100, you want to win $100, then you got to assume a certain level of risk to receive that
Yeah.
$100. You can't just have no risk and just have, something come to you in a good fashion.
So I feel the same way, but mine's probably a little bit more switched up. I believe that you say risk. I believe that people are not. I think we talked about it earlier, but the people don't surround themselves with the possibilities. Like they're hanging around. I believe people not talking about it with their groups. So like they don't talk about the financial side. Like yo, if we all come together, do this, or if you investing in stocks, you doing this, what you know about this? Nobody really talks about that. That's what I feel. So it's not like the opportunity there. So, but somebody has to step up, I believe, and be the one to come to the group. Like, yo, let's switch it up here. I bought some stocks over here, which I know about stocks. So I feel like once you start talking about it, talking about like the mindset of moving out of poverty and getting into like the better life, I think that's where things are going to change. Or you're going to be like, okay, now your mindset is going to switch up because you and your friends is going to be talking about like stuff that's going to actually help you. Now, it might not be now, but definitely will help you in the future.
Yeah, and another thing when it comes to risk is pretty much that 9 to 5. Like
Yep.
the 9 to 5 is so secure. Now I'm not knocking like anything. Like if the 9 to 5, I understand like the 9 to 5
Yeah.
life is
Yeah,
essential.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm not saying nothing around that, but I had a choice. When I was before I got into this industry of a financial advisor, I had a choice of obviously of taking a salary and just working that 9 to 5 life, or I could be in that industry that I'm in right now, being a financial advisor, creating my own business, and just working towards that goal of having a lot of different clients and just earning my own income.
Yeah, definitely.
So obviously, in a 9 to 5 life, people are paying you, your employer's paying you. But being in the industry that I am, I could, I don't get a salary. I'm basically my own, business owner. I have to work for my own business. So I could pretty much make as much money as I can.
Yep.
I could be a millionaire if I want. Or, obviously I could, make like $500 a month.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
that's the risk that I'm talking about. I decided to take on that risk because I was looking at the end goal, like the bigger picture. I wasn't thinking about, if I go into industry, I could go 3 months without getting a paycheck.
Yeah.
So, that's definitely something that I really pride myself in. And, people, I say that all the time. I say this all the time that I'm going to be a millionaire. And people look at me crazy, but it's just, I say it so casually because I honestly believe it. Like, it's not something that is out of this world to me,
Yeah.
being a millionaire.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty much on the same way. I believe that you use your 9 to 5 to help you push forward in whatever you want to do investment wise. So so if you got a couple extra bucks, use that to build your business, to invest and stuff like that. So let your 9 to 5 fund your pretty much your freedom.
Yeah, but let's go back to what you mentioned earlier about that network of people just switching up that conversation within our circle. And just not having like enough role models and just enough people in our circle talking about the right things.
Yeah.
Like I know that before I got into college, like I was not talking about investing.
Yeah.
I was not talking about just business. I wasn't talking about just leveling up. I was just talking about girls.
Yeah.
With the latest game 2K or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
I was just really closed-minded. So I definitely appreciate college, even though there's a lot of talks, a lot of conversation when it comes to college, whether it's a scam or not. But that's another podcast in its own. But college definitely did a lot of great things for me because it helped me meet the people that I needed in my life that really changed my life. So how do you feel about that? Like, what do you?
Yeah, definitely. So obviously I went to the Marine Corps. That's what really I started. That opened pretty much the world for me because obviously I was back home. Everybody that I knew, no one was talking about like obviously here and there, but nothing crazy. It was just like you see the stock market because it's something like probably when Bitcoin was at the top, obviously stuff like that would pump up. But until I got to the Marine Corps or certain people, just a bunch of people from all over the place. They started talking about stock market and real estate and stuff like that. And it's just like every year it would open my mindset. I would bump into someone that's actually doing it. But it was really, I didn't have nothing like everyday type stuff. It wasn't really till I got into like YouTube University and I started, I stumbled across some videos about like, hey, how to fix your credit. And then that led to, hey, how to invest in the real estate. And then from there on, that's really opened my mind of like, okay, I can actually do this, because the way they were breaking it down was, if you do these certain steps, it can push you forward and help you, get some passive income and stuff like that, which was always the main goal.
Who would you say is like that number one influencer for you that really just got you into like just wealth mindset and broke that mindset that you have, being in that rat race and that poverty cycle?
Yeah, definitely. So it pretty much,
Would you say it's a combination of people, or like was it one specific person?
So what I would say for me wise, it was just about to get out of the Marine Corps, and I was like, all right, what do I do next? So really I would say it came down to like I mentioned, like YouTube. YouTube really was my key to source. And I had read a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, and that really opened up the mind to like another level. Like, okay, this is what I didn't learn when I was younger, what they was teaching them, and what I should had learned by this time. But so I got on the YouTube and just started studying.
Nah, definitely. So, for me personally, like I mentioned, college was a big influence for me. Like I mentioned, before I got into college, I didn't care about anything. I promise you, I didn't care about the community. I didn't care about, I didn't care about, investing, wealth management, all that adult things that you should be thinking about. That was not me. But once I got into college and I met my fraternity brother, Miguel Reyes, shout out to you, because you really influenced me in a positive manner, and really expanding my life and thinking bigger. Like, he was really like that Dame Dash kind of guy, like very entrepreneurial spirited. You should be your own boss. Don't work for nobody else. Why are you building somebody else's dream? You should build your own dream.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely appreciate him for that, because now I'm in a place right now where I'm making a lot of moves, and I'm making big moves. So shout out to him.
Yeah, if it wasn't for YouTube, I think I watched a dude named Graham Stephan, and he was a young guy. He probably a couple years older than me, but I was like, if he can do it, I definitely know I can. I could step up and do this. And then once I got out of the Marine Corps, I was like, I ain't never doing a manual labor job again. So when I got out, I just only applied to jobs like that. They were risk jobs. Like, hey, you could work here, but stuff ain't guaranteed. You're gonna have to work, obviously, and do that. But I knew myself, like, by that time, my mindset was like, I'm ready to do whatever. I don't care how long I gotta work. I'm ready to get out this race. It's gonna help me. So I took a job, obviously, in real estate financing. Because I want to get in real estate, so I'm gonna take a job. I don't care what it was. So like, I started off at the front desk, and I was like, if I get in the door and I just hear that the people talking about real estate and talking to different clients about like their real estate stuff, it's only gonna just be more information for me. And then I took that step, and that really changed my mind when it comes to real estate.
Nah, that's wavy. That's what's up. So my fraternity brother Miguel Reyes, he definitely preached a lot of good things to me and my other brothers, but it didn't really connect with me until I got introduced to the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, which was introduced to me by Marcus. So shout out to you, Marcus, because you was another key figure in where I'm at today. So Rich Dad Poor Dad, as you mentioned, was a good influential book for you as well. But it pretty much talks about the author and his view, or his two fathers' views towards money.
Yep.
So he had a poor dad who basically took the safe route, get a good job, go to school, contribute into your 401k, and just don't take a lot of risk, because when it comes to risk, that's when you lose money. So he was very safe. Whereas the rich dad, he taught his son, the author, to think money as something bigger, invest, make money work for you instead of trading your time for money.
Yep.
So that was a big a big book for me because it opened my eyes into, doing bigger. Because I wanted to be into the sports management industry, and I wanted to be a manager and climb that corporate ladder. But then once I read that book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, like I mentioned, like it opened my eyes into, getting into investing, managing my money well.
Yeah, so I would say the same thing. That book was pretty much like the first financial book that I ever read. I just stumbled across it, and it really that mind what he was saying about like how he talks about like two different sides. It was like he had a dad. His biological dad was a regular school teacher. He just would work every day. It was like, yeah, just get a good job, go to school, get a good job. And his other dad was a business owner with no degree, and he was like, yeah, there's other ways than just going to school and taking a 9 to 5, just here, try this way. And then he used both of them because you want to, as I mentioned, you want to use that 9 to 5, and if you have it, and then use it for your investing and stuff like that. But the other side is, hey, you can always take the leap and the risk factor of starting your own business and having faith in yourself that you could actually do it. And then obviously it worked out. But that book is definitely a must read.
Nah, yeah, definitely. Shout out to Robert Kiyosaki. Yeah. So he mentioned also the 4 quadrants.
Yep.
So the top left quadrant was the employee quadrant. So basically, people who are in this quadrant are employees. They trade their time for money. Mm-hmm. They're working for somebody else's dream, basically.
Yep.
Now, the quadrant below that is the self-employed quadrant. So that's where you do have your own freedom. You're working for yourself. But at the end of the day, if you don't work, then you don't create income for yourself. Mm-hmm. You don't eat. So he talked about expanding to the right side of the quadrant, where that's where you gain financial freedom. So the top right quadrant was being a business owner. So his father was a business owner. So if he wanted to take a 2 weeks vacation, he still has income generating because he has employees working for him, helping him, with that mission that he wants. Mm-hmm. So, I definitely resonated with that because I feel like we're never going to get into that financial position that we want if we don't have money coming in passively. Yeah. He's on a trip, but he still has money coming in.
Yep,
because
exactly.
He has employees.
Yeah.
And then our last quadrant was the investing quadrant, so which is the quadrant below the business owner. So just investing and making sure that you're making your money work for you, and you're flipping your money. As the kids say now, flipping your money. So he just mentioned about moving from that left side, being an employee, and going to the right side of being a business owner and investing. That's where you're going to gain that financial freedom.
Yeah, definitely. So those quadrants are pretty much, I would say, like the foundation of the, getting out of which position are you? Like, are you working at 9 to 5 and just working? Are you doing a little bit of you owning your own business? Are you investing, and so on and so forth? So those quadrants, I would advise everyone to just evaluate where you want to be and where are you at the moment. And obviously work your way to whatever quadrant you want to be in, even if it's a combination of all of them. If you want to work your 9 to 5, own your business, invest, so on and so forth, just build that mindset up that you definitely, no matter where you're at the current moment, it's only up from there pretty much. So just keep moving forward.
Yeah, I know. Me personally, I'm in that self-employed quadrant as well as the investing quadrant, but I definitely want to at some point move over fully on that right side where I'm a business owner. I have employees under me working for me, mm-hmm. and I could, take time, enjoy
work when you want to work. Pretty much, and everything is still moving forward.
Exactly. So what do you think is like the driving force for you to create this podcast? So what was like an inspiration for you to decide to help out the community and get that voice out there?
Yeah, so it's a little bit of it's a lot of everything, pretty much. I watch all these podcasts. Most of the time they're a lot older than we are. So like maybe we start this up, keep it to our newer century, people our age, and additionally, like I was giving the information out here and there, so I'm like, well, I could just do this, regularly, and then hey, you come here, I can help you. Even if we help one person, hey, that one person we help got them pushing forward to doing better. It's just I just look around like my friends and stuff like that. Like there's such a bigger world out here, but no one is taking advantage of it. So I just wanted to, hey, if I put this podcast out, they watch it, that'll change their whole perspective, and now everyone around us is talking about like how to get better financially. Getting out that getting to that financially freedom is type scenario.
How hard is it being in that environment, and like how was it for you? Because obviously you have your friend circle, your friend network, but I feel like you're like the only one in your circle doing the things that you're doing right now. Like how was it kind of branching away from that circle? And
Yeah, so I was gone. Obviously, I was in the Marine Corps, so it was pretty much all by myself, me, my wife, and my kids. But so I was still connected. Obviously, we got social media with friends and family like that. So I just fell into it. I got a few friends. Obviously, when you start talking about it more, it'll start coming through. So now we got like a little Facebook group where we just talk about stocks now. And now everybody, even people without real cash, they like, hey, yo, just invest in the stock market, just put it there, save it. You start just building up that conversation, and they start, if I'm the one now, obviously talking about, hey, you can do this, that, then they start asking me questions. Now everybody talking about it now, so it's just building it up, obviously. And I would say for me, I'm not afraid to talk about it. I can talk about this all day, every day. So if you hang around me, you're just gonna get stuck. It's coming up. No matter what we're doing, we could be talking about something. It's coming up, and then I'm kicking knowledge and game to everyone. So just trying to help. Even if I don't reach my success, if I can motivate someone else, give them what I know, and they take it and run with it even farther than me. Hey, if I put you on, then now we all eating pretty much. So that's just my mindset.
Nah, yeah, I'm the same way. Like I look at my community, and being minority, that's a big driving force on why I got into this industry. Like I genuinely want to help my people, and being a minority, you're not educated on investing, how to life insurance, stocks, real estate. We're kind of just taught to just live a certain life, and that's it.
Yeah.
But I look at my community, and I really do want to like make a difference. I want to, we're not just here on this earth to just, breathe air and that's
Definitely.
it. We're here to make a change in the community, and inspire. So I'm trying to just educate, inspire, and do as much as I can for people that grew up the same way that I grew up.
Yeah. So when I say so obviously the main focus of this podcast is to definitely bring information. Even no matter what it is, we have some guests on. Just to hear people that everyday people that you and me, that they did it, we did it. So it's like, why can't you do it? So if we be your source, no matter if it's, you take what you want, you be like, I like that portion, I didn't like that portion. Use whatever you want to help you. I don't care if it's, hey, he told me, hey, you could buy houses from people that's getting foreclosed on, and you get it for cheaper. Just take that portion. It's options out there that can definitely benefit you. And all it takes is just changing your mindset. Hang around people that actually are doing good, and that'll easily change you for who you are. You want to hang around people that actually are doing good in their life. And even if you don't know now one person, there's a place called YouTube, and there's hundreds of thousands of people doing good on there that can definitely change your mindset on that. So what do you have to say about that one?
Nah, yeah, you hit it right on the nail. Your network is your net worth.
That's a fact.
So that's why I'm glad that like, no offense to none of my high school friends, like I love all y'all, but it's just like at the end of the day, you just outgrow your friends.
Definitely.
Like college made me expand my mindset, and they're just not on the same time that I'm on. So like, it's no hard feelings. It's just like you got to move on to like bigger and better things. And you got to surround yourself with people that are gonna help you get to the level that you're trying to get to. That's definitely a key thing that you hit on, is just that your network is your net worth, basically.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I look at it the same way. I got friends in high place. I got friends in low place. I've never stop them. My friends, not stop fucking with my friends from obviously where I'm from and whatnot. My only job is I'll give you the information. I'll help you in any way you need, but there's only so much I'm going to do with my time because obviously, time is very important. So if I feel like you're not willing to move that route, I'll still kick it with you when we doing stuff. But when it's time for me to when I start showing up less, it's because that my mindset has changed and I have to spend more time over here than doing the same thing I've been doing for 10 years.
Nah, yeah, you gotta just mess with them at a distance.
Yep.
And like I said, there's no hard feelings. Just you gotta surround yourself with positivity, like-minded individuals. That's all gonna help each other out to accomplish that same goal they're trying to accomplish. So, definitely, even if you don't see that in your circle, like Daquan said, YouTube, use the internet. I can't tell you how many individuals I follow that I never met before.
Yeah.
But I follow them because they inspire me to do better and they're doing the things that I want to do. So if you want to be a salon owner, why don't you, instead of following World Star Hip Hop Shade Room, why don't you follow someone that's a salon owner that's doing it, that's doing it and that's doing the things that you want to do. If you want to invest in stocks, stop following I don't know, NBA.com or whatever it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I follow all of that, but still.
Yeah, but you at least diversify your surrounding. Don't just be one track minded. Because I'm pretty sure I know I love basketball, so I got nothing but basketball on most of my stuff. But I also got a lot of investors in real estate. And all it takes is you scrolling down your feeds on any platform, and some video catch you from just the same way them highlights catch you. When somebody talk about it, real estate will literally like, oh, okay, let me stop, going here. Let me go on Google real fast and see, what houses for sale in my market just real quick, just to do that. And that just doing that constantly, having that information pop up in front of you will easily change your mindset to another way.
Yo, also too, like I think a big thing when it comes to that poverty mindset is that we just complain too much. Like, oh, I don't know how to do that. Why don't you know how to do that? All you have to do is just go on YouTube and it'll show you how to, like, literally, if you just want to type in, how do you start an LLC?
It's 100,000 videos on there from every race, color, person, anywhere in the world. It's not how to start an LLC, and you can literally put it in any state. It don't matter where, it's a video on it. All 50 states.
There's literally a video for everything that you want to do in life. So what I'm saying is just don't feel like you can't do anything in life because you just don't know how to do it. You don't have a role model that you could look to the left or to the right that could show you the way. There's people on YouTube or on the internet that could show you the way. You just gotta, stop, wasting your time on things that's not gonna put value into your life and focus your energy on things that's gonna propel you into something bigger.
Yeah, definitely. And then one thing I also want to touch on is manifesting. Like, I believe that if you're watching it, if you're talking about it, if you're doing it, it's just gonna be more opportunities that's gonna change. Like, your mind is just gonna attract
the laws of attraction.
The laws are gonna start attracting all type of stuff. Like, I wanted to get in real estate, so I was like, all right. So now when I started talking about real estate, I just fumbled into this job. I was like, just looking online, God just at the time had like, all right, look. Perfect timing. You got the Marine Corps. Here's a job in real estate that's open right now.
Oh, that's crazy because I thought you got into this job and then that's what interested you in doing real estate. But it's actually the other way around.
The other way around, yeah. I was like, I want to get a job. When I got in the Marine Corps, I was like, all right, so I don't want to be manual labor, so I don't want to be picking stuff up, putting stuff down, standing up all day. So that was one of it, right? So I took a couple interviews. I like some financial places that were doing like, hey, investing in 401k, stuff like that. Did all those stuff. So I was like, if I could I wanted my next job to be something that was gonna give me free game. If I'm working there, I'm gonna get free knowledge.
Learn at the same time.
I'm like, okay, so this is what
not just like a job that you're just going through the motions. You're not really learning anything.
Providing me anything. Like, it sucks to say, but like, if you're not I would say if you're not looking to get into restaurants, why are you working at a restaurant? That's why I like how the same way why would I want to work here? Like, if you want to do something, take the lower pay. Just get in the door. That's what I did. I took the lower pay, got in as a pretty much like it was like a executive assistant, but it's nothing but a glorified secretary. So I was like, if I get in the door, no matter what, I'm getting free game on real estate. I'm getting free game here and there. So if you want to be, if you want to be a cook, work at McDonald's. Don't let nobody tell you, because what that's going to teach you is how to run at McDonald's. So even running the business, it's going to give you that mindset like, okay, so McDonald's doing this, so I should be thinking about, I need to hire this guy, this how much someone should be making, stuff like that. So it's just free game. So what I would tell people is get that mindset. And then what help you is whatever you want to do, whatever your mindset is, look for a job in here. If you want to be like you mentioned, hairstylist, go be the secretary at the hair. You might not have that degree at the moment or the certification that you need, but if you get in the door, there's opportunities will just fold right into your lap because you're already in the building.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that, Daquan, because honestly, I got into the financial industry because, like I said, after I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, it motivated me to educate myself on finances, investing, wealth management, etc. Now, what better way to educate yourself than to be a financial advisor? Instead of a financial advisor educating me, I want to be the financial advisor. So that's why I got into this industry, being a financial advisor, so I could educate myself, and then I could educate the people around me that I love and care about, so they could, get to that bag. And they could
definitely same way. I was like, if I make it, everybody that was with me when I was broke, we all eat now. I could put you in a position, even if I can't give you the cash there, I can definitely show you the way. Like, hey, I see you got X, Y, and Z. If you just switch it a little bit over here and you do this will help you boost yourself up. And that's pretty much what I'm trying to do right now.
That's what's up, man. I hope you guys are getting a lot of knowledge from this podcast.
Yeah, so we just want to mainly just keep informed, man. It's gonna be a lot of videos. I think episode 1 is just gonna be all audio, but definitely look out for episode 2 where you can look into our eyes and see that the game we spitting, we spitting from the heart.
Well, before that, I just want to say, like you mentioned, this podcast is not just about learning about financial literacy, education, and learning about real estate, but just empowering. Like, that's really what we're trying to do. We're just trying to empower. We're trying to, inspire you guys to do better, as well as myself. Being on this podcast is definitely going to force myself to expand and do better, because obviously I'm not just going to be on this podcast and then just not do the things.
Not take advantage of everything.
Not do the things that I'm preaching.
That's a fact.
And then, as well as other topics that were generally not talked about in school or whatever. And just like the topics that are just always the norm. For example, like, is college a scam? That's definitely something that a lot of people have conversations around, whether you should go to college, whether you should not. That's a topic in an episode that, I'm looking forward to, because that's definitely a big topic. So, but little topics like that, how does social media presence could work for you? If you're a small business owner, we really like to touch on anything involving business, investing, real estate, really anything involving success. So stay tuned for this podcast, because you won't regret it. And like I said, we speaking from the heart. This is genuine stuff right here.
Definitely. So we're gonna pretty much wrap up episode 1. Episode 2 will be out shortly. And if you guys got any questions or would like to come on a podcast and talk about the mindset that you have, things that helped you out, definitely hit us up and in the comments, or via our social media platforms, whatever. And we look forward to kicking this free game and hoping everyone else prospers out here and better themselves.
Yeah, definitely. So, any business owner out there, any entrepreneur that just want to, promote their stuff on here and just want to just talk about, what they're doing, how they're going to, level up in life, or just want to, spit some game, definitely we invite you guys to, share your stories, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to uplift our community. So that's how we're going to do that. So if you enjoy this podcast, like, share, comment, leave a rating. We'll definitely appreciate that.
All right, we're out of here.